Hello and welcome to the Daily Golden Nugget Friday Flop Fix website review. My name is Matthew Perosi with jWAG, the Jeweler Website Advisory Group, and this is the website review for February 12th, 2016. This week what I'm going to be doing is showing you exactly how I come up with my Friday written website reviews, and this is going to accompany my written website review. So for this week, and for every week that I do my reviews, I am always looking for a website that needs some kind of help for everything that I know about or that is easily recognizable with how a website could be fixed. I'd like to find a random retail jewelry website in a random town and look for a website that needs help, not necessarily something that's perfect. And then from these reviews, we are able to see real ideas on how to make improvements that perhaps you can use for your own website. Okay, so here I am on the Google homepage, and I am using incognito mode for my searches because I don't want my own personal results to be involved or influence the results that Google gives me. Alright, so I'm going to paste in my search query for today, which is going to be jewelers in Santa Clarita, California. Press enter, and these are the three jewelers that it gives me in the Google 3 local pack. So that's these jewelers here that are the top three that they've judged, and they give the little map here. And then down here I can see that we also have some listings from Yelp. In fact, this first one here, Dominique's Jewelry, the first one that's in the 3-pack, Dominique's Jewelry is the second one listed for Yelp in the organic listing. And there is, in fact, a jewelry site here which is not even in the 3-pack. And I do not see, okay, down here, Dominique's Jewelry.com is way down here at the bottom. So this website doesn't rank very highly. And I did do a quick scan of this before I started the video because I wanted to figure out exactly who I would be reviewing today, and it will be the website for Dominique's Jewelry. I'm going to open this up in a new tab and we can take a look at it. Alright, so this is their homepage. Now the first thing that I notice on this homepage is, well, I mean, look at all of this space over here on the right. So I have a pretty wide screen here on my laptop, and all of these images are very, very small. This, in fact, looks to be probably a responsive website design. All right, so I'm going to change the size of my browser window, and let's take a look at how this changes. All right, so here's a larger browser window, and I'm going to start moving it in to make it smaller. And okay, so there we see a shift of product images already. A change in the top menu. You see how the top menu got larger. Top menu changed again as we are shrinking down. So this is certainly a responsive website design, the way it is working out. And it really doesn't play out very well on a desktop computer. There's a lot of empty space here. The homepage really is not inviting at all. It looks like we've landed on the product catalog, and it just says welcome to Dominique's Jewelry. Oh, actually it doesn't say welcome to Dominique's Jewelry. It says we come to Dominique's Jewelry. So there's a spelling or a typo right there on their homepage. So if this was spelled correctly, I would recommend that the headline be a lot larger. I would also recommend that they explain very quickly what we're looking at here. That, you know, we dropped this into a product catalog. In fact, this is not the product catalog. This is a listing of categories. Diamond jewelry, diamond bracelets, diamond necklaces, diamond pendants. And they have this number next to it. Which typically when you see numbers in parentheses next to a product catalog, or a product listing, it's usually part of a reductive navigation. Reductive navigation. Hold on a second here. Let me show you what that is. If I jump over to Zappos.com and let's just say I jump into anywhere, let's say men's clothing, and then perhaps shirts and tops. Alright, so this here is a reductive navigation. You see on the left, there's a lot of different options, and then down here for the different occasions that they've got this. Now they have a very large product catalog, and what they do is if I want to go through and say, well, I'm going to choose just go ahead and reduce my navigation by casual items. It tells me I have 4,579 items in the catalog. But then if I decide to change my sizing here, so if I say I want to select medium size, now that drops down to 3606. And if I want to choose a common brand, Adidas, and now that just drops me down to 3 items. So this is how reductive navigation works. You have these items on the side with these numbers in parentheses, and then as you select your items, it tells you how limited our choices become. That doesn't seem to be something that would make sense to have on a jewelry website, especially right here on the homepage. If you're going to do any kind of measurement of product counts, then simply remove the categories that have 0 product counts. But certainly, the numbers in parentheses are really only useful for reductive navigations. All right, so let's take a look inside of one of these categories. Well, let's see. I'm wondering if the categories shown on the homepage are the same as what's under the top drop-down menu. Bracelets, designer jewelry, matching sets, rings, twisted blade, wedding bands. So it seems like they have more categories on their homepage than what is in fact listed under the top drop-down menu. Let's go into bracelets. See what comes up here. So it certainly looks like the responsive website design that they have has expanded the products to the full width of my screen. Now this looks much better than on the home page where everything was just in 4 columns over on the left side. So this one has more of a liquid flow to it. So a lot better there. I wonder what would happen if I switch to a different size. So in my browser I have this extension which allows me to quickly check other device sizes. Let's see, what do I want to try here? Let's go to this one here, which is a typical Android device, or might even be a Windows phone. So in this size, which is what it would look like on our smartphone, the bracelets, instead of being on the long or the wide view, we now have them on the long page view. And they have reorganized themselves, and lines have appeared between the products. Okay, let me choose a different view. How about on a tablet? Okay, this is how it would look on an iPad if I was holding the iPad landscape. In fact, it goes a little bit off my screen, so let me try to get it back in there. This is more or less how it would look like on the tablet. So the tablet layout certainly could have used maybe 3 columns across, but it doesn't have it. It collapsed over to essentially what here is a thin smartphone layout. All right, I'm going to blow it back up to full screen. And I like red. Let's go into Garnet bracelets. The Garnet bracelet item here. That looks like a pretty nice and very large photo. Okay. They've got a nice zoom feature here, and the facets on that garnet are pretty well in focus. I can even see some fuzz that's on the gemstone. But the diamond looks pretty bad. So the diamond is not in focus. The garnet facets, they are in focus. But then the back of the bracelet is not in focus. And also, we don't see the full bracelet. Let me go back. So take a close look at this thumbnail here. This thumbnail shows 3 garnet stones, and when I click into it, it only shows me, well, barely two. It's one full one, part of one on the left, and only part of one on the right. So the thumbnails that they're showing in the browse pages of the catalog are different than the images on the inside of the catalog. And I mean, I do like that these are high detail images. Let's take a look at another product. So this thumbnail shows the full bracelet, but when I click on it, it crops it, which is kind of odd. And if you look down here, the thumbnail down here even shows the full bracelet, but yet there's a cropped image here. And the hover zoom, the whole item is in focus. Now I can't tell if this was something they took in the store or if this was something professionally provided by them. I would think this was something that was professionally provided by them, but I'm not sure why they would crop it so much in on the product detail page. That doesn't seem to make any sense. Let me check another one here. Well, this is odd. This is a completely different size. So now this one, the same image that they uploaded shows up, but the zoom really isn't effective here, because in this particular case, the zoom shows the same size image. So this certainly was a bad way to use this imagery, and I prefer the larger one, but still I prefer the larger one that shows the full product and not a randomly horizontally cropped or sort of like a portrait cropping of the images. And all the products in their product catalog really should be photographed the same size, uploaded to the same size, and ultimately be the same size on all the product detail pages. Okay, let's look at a couple more. In fact, let me go to a different area. Staying within bracelets, let's go to gold bracelets. There's 14 in there. This gold bracelet right here, we have a men's gold bracelet, gold men's bracelet, men's gold bracelet, gold bracelet, gold bracelet. Okay, so let's click on this one here, the yellow gold. A lot of nice detail in this photograph. Now this one has some really good detail. I like what they've done here. This is definitely someone who was well trained in jewelry photography, or at least initially well trained. You see that dark spot right there on that zoom? That is the lens in the way this was photographed. So the person taking the photo here could have repositioned their camera ever so slightly to take that dark piece out, or you could have photoshopped that out of there. In fact, all of the black spots you see on the zoom here, that is reflection on the jewelry from the lens. I would also recommend using a different photography technique, probably with a PhotoCubics FlashBox, which would allow you to get all the back of the bracelet in focus. It is so difficult to get your field of view in focus from the back to the front, especially of a bracelet. And one of the best lighting boxes to use is a PhotoCubics FlashBox. I'll put a link to the PhotoCubics website in the comments or in the description of this video. Alright, let's go to the next product, or previous product. Gold bracelet, same thing. We barely see what the bracelet is. There's not enough detail here for me to get the full effect on whether or not I'd want to buy this, because of the way it's cropped. Here's another one. Again, I really need to see the better detail here on the bracelet. I don't recognize this one. Oh, wait a minute, what happened here? I'm clicking on previous and next, and I was kind of expecting to be going in order. Let me go back. Bracelets, I was in gold bracelets. So I started on this one. I clicked the previous button. Oh, interesting. So I clicked previous, and I actually went forward to the next one. I clicked previous again and went forward to the next one here, and then I clicked previous again and went forward to the next one here in the list. Apparently, their previous and next buttons are backwards. So this is a usability issue that I just discovered. And by the way, previous and next links in product detail pages, I have been noticing that those two links are disappearing more and more throughout the web because they really are more difficult to program. And it's simply because if you have something like, well, like on a Zappos Reductive Navigation, with all the options there, it's very difficult for the websites to keep track of what you're looking at, what's really forward and next in the list. So many times you see this previous and next go away. And there's only a few content management systems out there that are cost effective enough that still have the correct usage of these features. Okay, let's continue. I'm just going to randomly browse around the site. Let's see, go up to the About Us page. So this About Us information really doesn't say anything about who they are. And by the way, the design on this site is really minimal. The DJ is just a logo that they have in the top right is just in a script, a script font. It's unimpressive, and their name really isn't anywhere on the site. Is it in the footer? Okay, yes, it's in a static footer down here. Dominique's Jewelry LLC in the bottom. They also have the links to their other pages. Let's see, they have a Twitter account, which they haven't updated in a little more than 2 months, but it looks like they were posting in November and December a little bit, probably to generate the holiday sales. What's going on their Facebook page? Facebook page, so they've posted about 12 days ago from prior to me recording this review, and it looks like some videos from a trip they were on, visiting a mine. Looks like they're trying to be engaging, which is pretty nice, but they're not posting enough. And they went 20 days from January 9th through January 29th before posting again. So they really need a lot more engagement and activity on their Facebook page to certainly get more people to like their page, and they should even be inviting people who visit their store to check in while they're at their store. All right, what else do they have here? They have a link for LinkedIn. Okay. They have Yelp. Okay, this is definitely a paid account for Yelp. I can tell right away because paid accounts for Yelp will include the promotion here, which they have, with an order online. And the paid accounts for Yelp also include reviews that are up on the top. And they've uploaded 53 images, which I can see here. I can click on See All 53 to see what they've done. So they are using Yelp more than they're using Facebook, and they are paying probably at least $375 per month for this Yelp account. And they do have some relatively recent reviews. So here's a comment from the business owner, from Dominique's Jewelry. So that's good that there's a comment here. But what she should be doing is going back in and commenting on everyone who posts a review here, saying thank you, and just thanking them for being in the store, or thanking for sharing the experience. So if you're going to be responding to reviews online, respond to them all, the good ones and the bad ones. Respond to them all the time. Yeah, she's picking and choosing who to respond to here, and that's really not good. She should just respond to them all and show some customer love, basically. Let's see what else she's got here. She's got an Instagram account. Okay, so these emerald images we also saw on Facebook, but there's a lot more that you can do on Instagram than simply this. This jewelry here on her Instagram, this looks like some of the stuff I was seeing in the catalog, so I guess that's the designer name. There's a lot more opportunity on Instagram that every jeweler and every jewelry designer should be taking advantage of to generate followers and build a brand and build exposure to the products you carry. All right, so back to the website. They also have a security metrics. So for their e-commerce site, that's interesting. So this says that the last time their website was scanned to be compliant was August 28, 2015. So that's quite a while ago because I'm recording this on February 11, 2016. If this is supposed to be scanned quarterly, why hasn't it been scanned since August? So this is something that's going to work against you. If you're going to pay for these security scans, which every e-commerce site should be, then you got to make sure that the certification dates stay updated if you're going to put these badges on your website. So these badges are supposed to generate trust, but if you have a badge here and it says we do a quarterly scan, and the last time you did that scan was more than 2 quarters ago, well, that does not really give me a sense of trust. All right, continuing on. I looked through their product catalog. What's on the FAQ? What are your terms and conditions of purchase? See, I don't find that having an FAQ with terms and conditions in purchase to be of any real benefit. You should just put the terms and conditions in your footer. And I'll return my order. Again, you should have a page dedicated to returning an order, putting it in a footer. What information do we collect? That should be on a privacy policies page, which is going to be in your footer. Those are all overhead pages that need to be on the bottom of your website. In fact, all of these is just basically overhead information that should be in the privacy policies, terms and conditions, purchase, sale, and whatnot in footers of the website. Let's take a look at the blog, and then I might conclude there. All right, so what they're doing here is they're using a card display. So in the blog pages here, we have these are boxes, or commonly referred to now as cards, and it is apparently pulling in perhaps the first 100 words or so of the blog. It's giving us our date, who it was written by, and the read more. And this is an okay layout. It gives everyone the chance to quickly scan to see what to read about. And I do like that there are some of these cards here that show the images that were part of the blog. That's good. Aha. All right. They're using an endless scroll for the display of their blog page, which I guess is in fact not endless because it ended pretty soon here. All right, so the first blog post they have here is the welcome to the new Dominique's Jewelry site. That's from back on March 5th, 2014. Let's take a quick look. And basically saying we have a new website. Be patient. We'll be adding products soon. Okay, let's go back. And then after they added that one, these are kind of out of order. May 11th, May 16th, two on May 16th, May 29th, May 29th, June 6th, June 6th, June 26th, June 26th, July 12th, July 12th. Let me refresh this page. Something looks a little bit wrong with the display. No? All right. I wanted to double check to see if they were really posting two blogs in one day. And in certain cases, it looks like they were. So if you're going to strive for posting multiple blogs a month, just strive for one a week. That's a good place to start. You get yourself 52 different blog topics, which is pretty easy to do. And then just post one a week. And it looks like they did try to do that pretty effectively. But they stopped in August, announcing their website redesign again. And then they jumped to November. These last 3 here are from November. And then they haven't done anything else. All right, let's examine one of these blog posts. Let's look at the bracelet, since I looked at the bracelet catalog. Okay, this display doesn't look really nice. Let me move this. All right. I just noticed another oddity. There's no title on this blog. If I click back and I look for that blog post again, where is it? Here it is. Are you looking for diamond bracelets in Santa Clarita? So I click on that one, and the title in the blog should say, are you looking for diamond bracelets in Santa Clarita? Now, I'm going to press Control A on my keyboard and highlight everything. I'm wondering if maybe the title is in white text and we can't see it. Nope. Okay, if it was going to be there, I would have expected it to be right where I'm hovering my mouse right now, but it's not there. So that's a mistake. That's definitely a flop. That needs to be fixed. They need to put their titles here, preferably in an H1 tag. Let me quickly scan the blog post here. It is always confusing. It is always confusing task. In fact, frustrating to choose the right kind of jewelry for yourself. It is always confusing task. So there's a missing word there. It is always a confusing task. Many people tend to have allergies or some kind of skin infecting disease to certain. All right. So I would guess that they hired an outside writer, perhaps from someone from Fiverr.com, who probably just did 5 minutes of reading about jewelry and then put together this based on some keywords. I doubt this was written by someone on staff or the owner, because anyone who works in the store would be able to put a lot more personality into this. Like, how would they describe this to a customer? I mean, if I'm looking for diamond bracelets in Santa Clarita, why is this thing starting out talking about skin allergies and choosing the right jewelry for yourself? Okay, let's see. Where do these images click? All right, this bracelet, as I'm hovering over it, it doesn't click anywhere. What does this one do? This one, if I click it, just enlarges the photo. Okay, so here is a missed opportunity. If you're going to have a blog post about diamond bracelets, then these photos should link over either to the product detail page for that product, or if you don't have that product in your catalog anymore, then go ahead and link it to the diamond bracelets category page. Same thing with both of these. And I also notice that there is a red link here, diamond bracelets in Santa Clarita. Where does this go? This brings me up to a tag page, which is part of the blog system, showing me all of the other blog posts that are using the same tag. That's quite useless. If they wanted to do something better as well, they should simply just link diamond bracelets in Santa Clarita to the product category page for diamond bracelets. And by the way, they've got the capital D here for diamond. That is just grammatically incorrect. Even though that might be the keyword phrase you're targeting, use your keyword phrases grammatically correct punctuation and capitalization in your blog post. All right, so I think I have beaten this website up enough for now. The review went a little bit longer than I expected. You can read this review. I'll include a link in the description. You can read the written version of this review. And once again, this is Matthew Percy. I am with jWAG. If you'd like to have your own website review done, more in-depth detail for your site to help plan out a new direction for you, or perhaps even analyze your Google Analytics, or any of your other data, give me a call. Find me on any social network. Just search for Matthew Percy. I'm pretty much the only one in the book. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.